Good morning, good looking people, and you're good looking because you're always looking, and of course you are finding the good in everything and in everybody. Hope you're well. Hope you're having a great weekend so far. Today is about finding the good within yourself, tapping into your own great energy, your own perspectives. We all have a piece of God that's inside of us. It's called the Pintalayid. And it's this little spark that's deep inside of us has the power to get us out of any funk that we may be in. Any personal boundary or limitation that we're in, if we connect to it, it will get us out. So today's Hayom Yom is all about breaking free, getting out of these mindsets that lock us down, that we feel like we can't get out of it, or we can't do better, or we feel restricted. You can get out of it. You can do better. And that's what it is all about today. Today's Hayom Yom is tied to the Parshas Bo. Bo is all about the Jews are now ready to leave Egypt. We've got the end of the plagues, and it's the beginning of the redemption. And Mitzrayim, which means restrictions, today's Hayom Yom is playing off that word, how there's the physical Egypt, but also we have our own personal Egypt. And we talked about it last week, but let's read the Hayom Yom inside, and then we'll go to the message of the day. So for the 4th of Shvat, the word Mitzrayim, which is Egypt, is related to Meitzar, which means constricting boundary. The spiritual counterpart of the Egyptian exile is the constraint and the concealment that the animal soul imposes on the godly soul, to the point that the godly soul becomes diminutive and hidden. So the first part of the Hayom Yom is saying that our own personal Egypt is the place where the animal soul is so powerful that it's starting to overrule and take control of our godly soul. So this is a concept that we have to be aware of. So we continue reading inside. Every individual's exodus from this personal Egypt involves the removal of these constricting limits so that the intellect in the brain shines into the heart, bringing forth positive character traits that are tangibly manifest. So very cool. So the idea is that we've got the animal soul, we've got the godly soul. They're both fighting all the time. But we always want to give power to the godly soul. And it's the same thing in our own lives, that we feel restricted. We might set limitations on ourselves. We set mediocrity on ourselves, and we've got to push through, and we got to kick that animal soul's rear end, if you want to say it that way. We've got to get to it that we can let the godly soul shine. And what happens when it shines? Then we have positive character traits. Then we have our mind is able to connect with our heart. A lot of good things happen. And there's so many things that you can see. Some of the animal soul traits that people may experience are from selfish desires. It could be a frozen mindset like we talked about. There's also something called the Holy Egypt. The Holy Egypt is where you might set a goal for yourself on something that's actually godly and take upon yourself to do something, but you get to this like mediocrity limit that, hey, I hit my spiritual goal, I hit this, and all of a sudden you're getting comfortable with mediocrity instead of pushing through to really get to that highest level. And that's what today is all about, breaking free, giving yourself the opportunity to succeed. And how do you do that? So the idea is to connect to that inner godly soul. We all have a piece of God within us. God is infinite. That piece of God's soul that's within us is also infinite. So if we connect to that and we give ourselves a chance to succeed, we daven and we refine ourselves and we try to connect onto something spiritual, this will allow us to break free, both in our spirituality and also in your own life. Give yourself a chance to succeed. Hook on to something, and with that, the sky is the limit, and we will succeed in everything. And as it talks about today, we will get out of our own Egypt. We will fly out of there. It won't exist, and we will only be moving onward and upward with lots of positivity. So that's the message. It's very clear. Push harder, work harder, max out, we talk about it, And it's also good to have a mashpia or a rabbi or somebody that you can connect with, or a good friend, so that somebody that can help you get through whatever you may be challenged with, both spiritually, both in our own lives, because the sky is the limit and there's so much positivity. So many great things will happen once we get out of our own restrictions. Have a great week. Have a successful week. And again, the sky's the limit. Don't let yourself get stuck. Getting stuck is Mitzrayim. We're about getting out, about being free, and of being soaring like a bird, flying high. Have a great week. We'll talk more tomorrow.